Here we are looking at the Infiniti FX45. Now, we've owned this car for about 4 years. It's been excellent. This was made in Japan in 2006, and a couple things about this car are it has a V8 engine. That's what the 45 came with. And the FX35 came with a V6. Those are significantly more common. That is, however, excuse me, this car isn't very common to begin with. And that becomes a problem because we're trying to sell this car and we're not exactly sure what it's worth. Got a couple offers around $6,000 and we're probably gonna take them. This is the end of 2023. The car market for used cars is still pretty high. And I can't believe someone is looking for a V8 SUV in this economy. It's pretty poor. Gas in Tucson is just about $4, and this takes premium, meaning it's about $5. And I really don't think this is the kind of car for people, but hey, it's really fun. It's especially fun in manual mode. I've been trying to burn through a bunch of bad gas because it's been sitting for 4 months, and I actually had a misfire on the first startup. And I drove it around for a little bit. You could hear it going funky, but after I burned through some of that gas and put in some fresh gas, everything's good to go. Everything sounds fine. Now, there's a little ticking in the front that you might be able to hear. And that's just a slight knock or something. It's pretty typical of cars that are, well, this is just about 20 years old. And a common problem with these cars is it burns oil to the tune of 1 quart every 1,000 miles. And you definitely notice that, so you do not want to get behind on your oil checks and your changes. Now, as far as who this car is for, it's really for like a mom who's going through a midlife crisis. It looks kind of like a Porsche, maybe. It's a little curvy. It definitely doesn't look like a 20-year-old car until you get inside and view the technology, but you're just going to use your phone for everything anyways. As long as you can connect to Bluetooth, which this car does not have, you need to have one of those radio adapters. Or maybe you can buy an aux port somewhere to fit into the radio or swap the head unit. Anyways, this car doesn't have much, but what it does have is space, comfort, fake wooden luxury handles. That's what you're paying for when you drop $6,000 cash on this car 20 years after you could have bought it brand new for around $60,000 cash. Yep, this car is not holding its value too well, but I'll take $6,000. Let's see, am I able to unlock with this? I've got the key. I kind of want to show you the front. Oh no, I left the key in the car, or the back. Well, there's a little bit of space back here. You can fit, I don't know, 3 young children just sliding around in the back. It's got a sunroof. You can see the clear coat's just beginning to fade up here as we live in beautiful Arizona. And the clearance on this thing is actually decent. I don't know what I could put here to tell you. Maybe this bottle of Redline, which looks to be about exactly 10 or 11 inches tall. So we're looking at like a foot of clearance throughout the entire bottom of the car. I can see what looks like a strut or something right there, but it complements the all-wheel drive of this car very nicely. What you have here is a great package for something like snow sports with the roof rails and everything. You could put your stuff up there and really, you know, get around. Now, I don't have snow tires on this, and I don't know how well 20-inch tires would perform in the snow with these road tires, but I'm not gonna try it because we don't have snow here. Leather's in good shape. Apparently there was a problem with the dash around this year, especially in the sun, but no bubbles. Maybe it was replaced by the previous owner. And you can check out my gas mileage as I've been driving like an insane person is 9.4 mpg, and translated to premium gas, that is absolutely unaffordable for me, making, you know, decent money right out of college. This is not the car for me. So I'll be picking up a Honda Fit, getting that 30 mpg, driving like a maniac instead of this. Not sure what else to talk about. The headlights are plastic, but I did restore them, so they look pretty nice. And yeah, it's a really decent car. It definitely looks girly. I have someone coming to buy the car for their daughter today. If he makes an offer, we'll see. And I haven't really had any problems with this car, except the O2 sensor code came up. I cleared it, now it's gone, and it's been gone for a few thousand miles, so I think that was a fluke. And that's not anything safety related anyways. The misfires haven't returned. There's no check engine lights on here. It is surprisingly sensitive to that TPMS, the tire pressure monitoring system. I just filled these up this morning and the light went away. Now they're gone, so maybe I do have a slow leak, but I bet I'm gonna be able to check those and they'll be just fine. 32 PSI. Oh look, we got a train. Well, anyways, you can check out Scotty Kilmer's video on the Infiniti FX series from, I think, this year, 2006, maybe 2005, and he has only good things to say about this car. Now, I don't think he had the 45 version, he had the V6, and dang, the V8 is pretty good. I feel it, but this car is a bit heavier. You'll have to look up the curb weight. It's not super fast, but you can definitely outrun most people in this car. So I'm gonna miss it. My wife might miss it a little bit. We didn't use it that much. We've got a 4Runner we're also trying to sell, and that's infinitely more practical than this, yet we're just gonna downsize to something like the Honda Fit. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something about the Infiniti FX45.